it's Super Ty, and I'm joined with Comic Book Brando, and we're going to talk about all the cool books that are coming out April 25th, tomorrow. Man, we're getting closer and closer to Free Comic Book Day, so we're very excited about that as well.
Got Avengers movie, we got Free Comic Day coming up.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Tons of things.
As usual, if you guys want to say anything to us, just, leave a little comment at the bottom there, and we'll talk back to you. Not talk back to you like, surly kids or something, you know what I mean? Like, we'll have a conversation.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I mean.
I'm going to back talk you.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So, while he's getting that ready, my first one is going to be one of my favorite books, Moon Knight. This is issue number 194 with a cover by our friend Becky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was very happy to see that she's working on one of my favorite books. This is the beginning of a new story arc called The Secret History of Mark Spector, and it talks about him growing up as a Jewish kid in New York. And, a lot of people don't know that Mark Spector is Jewish, and so it really gets into that kind of area of his life. And it also kind of gets into a almost apt pupil situation.
Oh.
Yeah, it gets dark. So, I don't know. I love this book. I think it's great. It's crazy, as the hero is as well.
Now, is this the beginning of Max Bemis on the book?
No,
Or
Max
has he
Bemis
been doing it, right?
Max Bemis has been doing it for the past 6 issues. I think he's doing it for a while. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm a big fan of Max Bemis. He's done Lucy Dreaming. He did the Fool Killer book, which was actually really fun. Centipede, which was my favorite book of last year. Did you read the Centipede book?
I still haven't.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I know, you're super stoked about it, and I keep wanting to.
Yeah.
Because it's right up my alley, but
Yeah, it was great.
have not had a chance. Saga number 51, a momentous issue that you do not want to miss if you've been enjoying Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples' sci-fi, fantasy, wartime,
Love story.
love story, tragedy, family story, all sorts of stuff going on in this book. Huge cast of characters and lots of surprises in this issue, so be sure to tune in.
I know a lot of people are waiting on this one. This is the Mighty Thor number 706. This is the finale of the Death of the Mighty Thor. So if you've been catching up recently with this series, the Mangog showed up, one of Kirby's best creations in my opinion, because he's just mean looking. And it's the aftermath. Jane has fallen, maybe, you don't know. Could be she? Well, who knows, because she has thunder in her veins. That's what they said in this. It was really nice, and it's a really great send-up to what's going to be happening coming up soon in the world of Thor as well. So,
Good job, Jason Aaron.
yeah.
Now, number 3. This is a cool indie comics anthology for folks that like a little bit more adult fare in their comic books. Like to see some artists that provide a little something different in their stories. Very cool stuff. Definitely for adults, but give this a read if you're interested in something a little bit different.
The Invincible Iron Man, number 599.
Excuse me.
Pardon me.
The Invincible Iron Man.
This is one of Bendis' last Marvel books that is still going. I think he ends his on the next issue, and then Dan Slott takes over, which I'm really stoked about as well. As you can see, Tony Stark's back, but he's on a mission to kind of pick up the pieces of his life that, everybody thought he was dead, so he's kind of having to sweep everything up, take care of some business. Also, there's a side story going on about Doom, Dr. Doom being the infamous Iron Man, and a lot of twists and turns are happening on that front as well. I really dig this because in true Bendis fashion, he's bringing in a lot of C and D list villains, kind of like he did in New Avengers a whole lot, and yeah, I love it when he does that.
I mean, let's be honest, there's not a whole lot of Iron Man villains that made it to A-list.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really stoked. Anytime I see the Mandrill show up, I'm like, yeah, sure, that's awesome.
He's been portrayed as kind of a creepy.
Well, yeah,
Dude.
his superpower, even though he looks like an
He's usually a
ape
creepy
man,
dude, yeah.
he's his power is to control women.
It's like pheromone control.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Thanos, or Thanos if you're Thai, annual number 1. This is a really cool story. It's I'll call it Thanos' greatest hits. It's like some of the times he's been the absolute most evil. All different stories, different creators, as told to you by the Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Oh, cool.
And this issue also sort of leads into the upcoming Cosmic Ghost Rider series. So, pretty cool. Check this out. If you're a fan of the Mad Titan, you don't want to miss this one. There's some pretty crazy, jaw-dropping stories in this.
Exiles number 2. The first issue, man, that it has been a month. It's been coming out quick.
Yeah.
So, but you know, a lot of people were complaining like, oh, you know, they're showing the whole team on the cover, but you know, 2 of them weren't there. Well, now they are. Like, you get to see Wolvie from Lil X-Men from the Secret Wars universe, as well as Valkyrie. And it's the Valkyrie from the Thor Ragnarok movie. So it was really fun. There's a lot of bravado talk in this, as well as the Time Eater, which, if you saw the last page of issue 1, it's like kind of cool idea. So yeah, I was really digging it. And if you're a fan of the old school Exiles, it really delves into that a whole lot as well. So yeah.
Nice. Angel says, sup?
What's up, Angel?
Sup, Angel? Titans Annual 2, The Great Brain Robbery.
Excellent.
So, if you've talked to me and Ty, you know that we're big fans of The Brain and Monsieur Mala.
Yeah.
And it's one of my all-time favorite villain groups is the Brotherhood of Evil from Doom Patrol, which they were in. But they're pretty much on their own now, and Brain has a plan to become the ultimate intellect, and Monsieur Mala is going to help him out with that. But things get really bad as there's a cosmic storm that's basically shutting down the world, and only the Titans are able to potentially stop these two from achieving 100% cognitive perfection.
You know, every single science fiction or superhero movie where somebody tries to be like the ultimate intellect usually ends really horribly. Like, almost every time. So I don't know why people would still try to go for it.
Well, you know, the opportunity's there, and to become the most powerful you've ever been, can't blame Brain.
We have some bravado.
Nick says we have bravado. We sure do.
Oh yeah, and Cruz, I think you're right. Yeah, I think the Exiles is every 2 weeks. My next one is a new one from a smaller publisher, Vault Comics. If you haven't read their stuff, they do some really cool ideas that not a lot of people do. For example, Deep Roots, number 1. So basically the plants are unhappy with how we're taking care of the world, I guess is the best way to put it. But it's not like that movie The Happening, that M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's not like that. These plants carry machine guns and stuff.
Oh.
So, and it's really cool. It starts off with all the main characters like, this is Sal, blah, blah, blah. And then like Sal fights plant monsters. And then there's this guardian ghost of the planet called the Sentinel walking around. It's really strange and kind of psychedelic, which I think is lends itself to this kind of book. Pretty interesting.
David says hi. Hello, David. Nick says, now that I'm Dr. Nick, my cognitive perfection needs to be my next goal.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Hello, everybody. That cart was noisy. It needs some oil. Yes, it does. I know.
Guest starring the cart.
The cart. I'll try and fix it.
That cart, I think, started shortly after I started.
Yeah, it's a veteran of
I remember when we got the cart.
It's a veteran of the Austin Books Wars.
The Austin Books Wars, even. I like the library cart even more.
Yeah. Oh, I do like the library cart.
Things
With that one wheel.
sailing.
That one wheel that if you lift it up a little too much, that wheel will just pop off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I found that out once.
Stacked full of books.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Hit Girl number 3. Mindy has a plan to wipe out all the drug trade and bad people in the entire country of Colombia using one guy who's really good at murdering as her sidekick. The problem is the latest aspect of the plan does not go exactly right. Things actually get a little bit crazy and trouble is had. This is a hyper-violent, crazy new series from Mark Millar. Sort of the offset to the, I don't want to say it's toned down, but like more like community-based.
Okay.
Kick-ass.
Okay.
Which is an odd thing to say, but yes, it's sort of a more of a thinker kick-ass. Hit Girl is just hyper-violent brutality.
Makes sense. Angel is asking what the plant book art looks like. It's really cool. Parts of it are like done as a painting, like kind of like this.
That is really good.
And then the rest of it is kind of the other parts of it are just like more standard kind of comic booky stuff. Kind of looks like sort of Frank Quietly a little bit.
I was going to say there seems to be like a touch of Frank Quietly inspiration, but you also have like a lot of Van Gogh.
Yeah, Van Gogh. That's I was
style
like
in there.
Picasso. No, it's Van Gogh. And Robert says, "What's up?" Are we-
Val Rodriguez.
And Robert's asking what's up. Not much. And then asking, are y'all doing anything special for Infinity War? We'll get to that in a little bit. You're up. Or I'm up. I'm sorry. Ice Cream Man number 4. This really, really strange series. It's a horror anthology, and man, it is hard to describe. So there's this malevolent ice cream man that's kind of going around this town and just messing with people's lives. It's a little bit Twilight Zone, but also a little bit Outer Limits, but also a little Tales from a Crypt. It's hard to explain. And this issue is about a guy who's going to say a eulogy for his best friend who just died, and it goes from there. And some really twisted scenes happen in it. That's the best way I can put it without spoiling everything.
Love the Ice Cream Man always has like a macabre pleasure.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
cover.
yeah.
He seems to enjoy his work. Angel says, sweet, looks and sounds cool.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Also looks rather cool. Detective Comics number 979. That's a big number.
It is.
The OMACs are back, and it's the future tech of Brother Eye, and they're working on claiming their first victim, and that's Tim Drake. Can he fight them off? Find out in this issue.
My next one, I got the April Fool's cover because I thought it was really great. It's also by Donny Cates, who's been writing Thanos, but Redneck number 12 has Cosmic Grandpa. And it was pretty great. I love it. If you're following this series about Texas vampires and barbecue and murder, it's all kind of coming to a head in this. It's big standoff kind of happening in Waco, which, yeah, happens once. But yeah, it's just full of violence and anger, and it's hard to root for some people that are known for just killing people all the time. So, but it's a really great story. I've been enjoying it. I can't mention anything in the plot in this without spoiling anything else. It's kind of a chain reaction issue.
Things are going off.
Yeah.
Things are popping off.
Yeah.
Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man, number 303. Peter has made a big mess of things when he's taken his sort of sister and J. Jonah Jameson to the past of an alternate universe. He thought he was going to have some fun, do some good, stop some problems before they occur. The problem is that because of his actions, the Green Goblin now knows who Spider-Man actually is. And so he's gone after Aunt May and young Peter Parker and is challenging older, somewhat wiser Peter Parker. Big moments, scary thrills, and then we've also found out in that last issue that apparently she is his sister.
Oh, all right.
So find out more here.
This is by our friend Cully. This is Batman and the Signal, issue number 3, the end of this little mini-series. So there's this guy named Noman. Let me just make sure I'm saying that correctly. It has a G in it, like a gnomon. But he made this machine that is turning everybody in the Narrows into metahumans to protect themselves.
Ew.
And Batman, he's trying to help out, but it's really the Signal that is going to be able to save the day in this due to his newfound power set. Had a really sweet ending too. I really liked it. It was really fun, and of course, Cully's art is fantastic as always.
Pickle Rick! So Pickle Rick doesn't actually make an appearance in this issue, but I love this classic send-up of X-Men number 141. Awesome cover, Days of Future Past, Pickle Rick given the business. But this is the revenge of some vampires that lost one of their own in an off-scene moment in the cartoon.
Okay.
Coach Ferratu met his end to Summer, Morty, and Rick, but now 1 year later, they're having their revenge.
Was that in season 3? I still haven't seen season 3 yet.
I don't remember. I don't remember the actual.
I'm waiting for season 3 to get on Hulu.
I think it is.
Oh, is it? Then I'm going to watch it.
I could be wrong.
I guess I don't know what I'm doing tonight.
I think I watched it all on the Adult Swim website.
Oh, yeah. My next one is Teen Titans number 19. So, Beast Boy has this little VR chip implanted in his neck, and this girl is controlling his body and his mind. And it's not just him, it's all these other people. And of course, the Titans have to go rescue him. Beast Boy was kind of like, do I really want to be in the Teen Titans? I'm not sure, and this might, be his way out. So it was really interesting. This series sells like hotcakes, or pancakes,
Wheat cakes.
any kind of cakes. It was a really fun issue, very action packed. You get to see some new power usage from some of the characters in here. Maybe a little romance springing. Some stuff happening.
Robert thinks it is on Hulu as well. So
Excellent. I will check that out tonight.
Season 3 is pretty good.
I hear it's just dark.
It's pretty dark.
Sweet.
And Angel's also very excited about the April Fool's cover.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange number 389. Now, warning, you want to be sure to read Damnation number 4 before reading this, because it ties in with that and kind of talks about things that happened in that issue. We get Dr. Stephen Strange's vantage point in this issue as he shares what happened to a friend. Really good stuff. And how do you make a deal with Dormammu? I guess you'll find out when you read the new issue.
Speaking of Damnation number 4, hey, it's coming out too. So
Read it first.
Yeah, this really interesting crossover. I really dug it because there's Cosmic Marvel, there's Superhero Marvel, and then there's Mystic Marvel. And Mystic Marvel has kind of been shoved to the side for a long time until Jason Aaron picked up Doctor Strange, and then Donnie got a hold of it, and he's doing crazy stuff as well with Nick Spencer. So it's all coming to a head. Mephisto is in charge of Las Vegas, and somebody has taken the throne of hell. Who could it be? Unless you haven't read it yet.
I know.
So it's a really great ending to this. My favorite is still Bats the Basset Hound. I love that dog.
It's a good dog.
He's great. So definitely pick this up, and then read Doctor Strange number 389.
I'm really enjoying the new Strangers in Paradise series by Terry Moore. This issue starts off with, to give you a little bit of catch up, is Kachu is on a mission. She's out to find one of the Parker girls who has a very powerful, deadly secret. And meanwhile, Francine's at home with the kids. A lot of adventure, a lot of espionage and excitement, and the sadness of a love separated by a lot of distance.
Okay.
Fantastic series. Really enjoying where they're going with it. I hope you do too.
I didn't know this was coming out, but Doom Patrol number 11. I totally didn't see that it was happening this week. As you guys know, me and Brandon are huge Doom Patrol friends and fans.
We're big Doom Patrol friends.
So this is kind of the ending of this story arc, and then it says to read Milk Wars after this. So, weird. As it should be. But check out who this is. Could that be Rita Farr? Missing from a long time of Doom Patrol comics, so yeah, she might be in here. And then it's just kind of the ending story of this guy right here who has now dubbed himself the Disappointment. Yeah, a lot of, if you were reading this, you know it's insane and it's hard to describe, so there you go.
Avengers number 690, the 16th and final part of No Surrender.
Man, it's been 4 months already.
Yeah, so we had a big culmination in the last issue, the climax of the storyline, and now we are kind of finding where this takes us. Where are the Avengers going to be? What's happening? Who's leaving? Who's staying? And what of the Challenger? What of
Voyager?
What's that?
Voyager, the
Voyager.
Yeah.
We're going to find out where everyone's going, what they're doing, or little hints of those things. So there you go.
The Terrifics number 3, this very fun and crazy sci-fi series by DC. If you're not familiar with the characters in there, there is Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho, Plastic Man, and a new Phantom Girl. So they just discovered that if they get more than a mile away from each other, they explode from dark energy because they went to this dark underbelly universe and found a giant space god and hung out in his belly. It got weird. So now they're just figuring out how they're going to live with each other because they get too far apart. Boom. So really fun part. If you are familiar with Metamorpho stories, this hits into a lot of the Metamorpho past, which I'm also a huge Metamorpho fan. How many more times can I say Metamorpho?
Do you know the song?
No.
Oh man.
Oh no, because I heard you play it
played it
once.
for you.
Yeah.
There was a '60s album, like a Justice League album, and Metamorpho had a song, and for some reason it has never actually left my head.
Nice.
The first time I heard it, just like struck such a chord. It goes, Metamorpho, Metamorpho, the Element Man.
Swing it.
And now I cannot see Metamorpho without hearing
that song.
For 20-some years. All right, now in softcover, Stumptown Volume 2. This is the case of the baby in the velvet case. This is about a missing guitar, and Dex is going to have to go find that very important guitar, which will lead to much crazier trouble in old Portland, Oregon. I love Greg Rucka's series. It's got like detective noir with some different spins on it. Really cool and stylish.
I know a lot of people are waiting for this, The Hunt for Wolverine. So, if you've been reading a lot of different Marvel comics, there's this little button that says, "Where's Wolverine?" and he shows up in the back page. This is explaining how he got out of that damn adamantium cocoon he got left in. Has some classic X-Men villains show up, some Reavers, which, aren't really used that often. Pretty much everybody shows up in this, even a fantastic Mr. Somebody shows up for a second. So, awesome series, and it's really big. This is a huge issue, and it's also setting up for the 4 little mini-series that are going to be leading up to the death of Wolverine. Like, one involves Daredevil.
The death of him?
Well, leading up to the return of him, I'm sorry.
He's dying again?
He could die again, who knows?
I just got back, guys.
Bub. So yes, it was very cool. It's written by Charles Soule, who did the death of Wolverine, so he has a little experience with this.
There you go. Jessica Jones, Volume 3, Return of the Purple Man. So, those of us who have seen the Netflix series or read the original Alias know the trouble that the Purple Man has caused Jessica. Well, he has broken out of confinement, and now things are really scary because Jessica has a little baby. And there's nothing worse than a supervillain with a grudge than when you have like a small kid. So find out what happens here. Very intense storytelling and some shocks, and you're gonna find out what the Purple Man wants this time around.
My first trade is Darth Vader Volume 2, Legacy's End. This is Darth Vader versus a librarian, and it's really cool the way that happens, because it's a Jedi librarian and she ain't taking no guff.
I was gonna say, it sounds like a short fight, but...
No guff is given in this. And so this is great. I mean, this Darth Vader series is mean, and that's why I like it. There's also a new issue coming out as well tomorrow, but I forgot to grab it. But, yeah, this is fantastic stuff. It's just angry Darth Vader, like, killing everything. It's great.
All right. A Girl in the Himalayas. This is about a beautiful indie graphic novel about a girl in a sort of a sanctuary in the Himalayan mountains. But as the closer, humans approach, the more fear and mistrust is in this village, and it's up to her to sort of, if she should even, explain and help. What am I looking for?
Assist.
Explain why humans might not necessarily be a bad thing.
Okay.
Great magical storyline, nice sized graphic novel, so lots to read. Archaea always does quality books, and I think you'll enjoy this.
Bug, The Adventures of Forager. This is a Bananas book about Bug, or the Forager. One of the New Gods characters. He is just kind of lost in a sea of psychedelic insanity, and he's just trying to get back home to his hive. He stumbles upon a ghost girl and a talking teddy bear, which is creepy, and they kind of lead him down the path to, trying to get home. It's a family adventure. By that I mean all the people that worked on it are Allreds. So Lee Allred, brother of Michael Allred, and Laura Allred are all working on this, so it's like,
Bust out,
pretty
it's
amazing.
a family affair.
Yeah, and one of my favorite things in it is robots with electrical plugs for heads, and I love crazy designed robots. Check this out.
You right there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
Whew.
Batman Volume 5, The Rules of Engagement. So, she said yes. Catwoman has agreed to marry Batman. So if that's not shocking and surprising enough, they're going to go on a wild adventure and they're going to meet the ex-girlfriend. Talia al Ghul has words for Ms. Selena Kyle, and we're going to find out what those are in this awesome volume. Tom King's Batman has been great, really fun read, fantastic for the character, doing something new, doing something different, but with the classic feel of Batman. So if you are not yet on board, by all means, get caught up, read Tom King's Batman. It's been really good.
My last one, as always, is the Sidekick Special of the Week, Peter Panzerfaust, Volume 1. Usually $14.99, we are doing it for $4. If you haven't read this book, it is fantastic. It is a retelling of Peter Pan, but in a World War II setting. And a little bit darker than the original series, because yes, it does take place during World War II, and so, like, some people don't make it. Very inventive story. I really enjoyed this, and it finally ended. Like, it took, like, I think 3 years for the last 2 issues to come out.
There were some delays.
Yeah, and then it finally ended, so yay. So that's what we got right now, but let's talk about what's coming up. Of course, Free Comic Book Day. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
The first Saturday in May.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. A couple of hints. Park across the street at the state parking lot. We got a permit for that, so...
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because
just park over there.
Otherwise, parking is not easy in our parking lot.
Yeah.
Especially during Free Comic.
Yeah, just park over there. If you see a long line, don't get, distraught. It really moves very quickly.
Yeah, we have that down to a science.
Yeah.
So we'll get you through pretty quickly, and these past couple of years, there's been hardly any wait at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Depending on the weather, be sure to stay hydrated and or cool or warm or dry, depending on who knows what it's going to be like.
Yeah, hopefully nice.
This whole month has been very confusing.
Yes, it has. What else? If you are going to see Avengers Infinity War, if you see it at the Alamo Drafthouse, just get there for that whole pre-show.
Cheer for us.
Yeah. Because,
like when we show up on screen, just go, yeah.
Yeah, I know that guy. Because I'm going to say that when I see you on screen.
That's good.
I know him.
So help me yell phonies.
Nice. Throw your beer.
But then if you hear that, I'm in your theater, so you can retaliate.
You got anything going on?
We're going to go play Dungeons & Dragons over at Outlaw Moon in a few minutes, so that'll be fun. You can see that on the Facebook page. Other than that, did have something. What else is going on? Oh, yeah. For those of you that are familiar with my work on the Weirdlings, doing a Dungeons & Dragons show, the day after Free Comic Book Day, we're going to start a brand new adventure called Rusted Heart, and it's based on the old Planescape setting. Something
cool.
I've been wanting to run since the 90s, so I'm very excited about it. We've got a new player, we've got 3 very familiar players, all with new characters. It's going to be cool.
Cool. I'm playing a show on Saturday at the Anderson Mill Pub. That's way north, and it's at 10:30. As better than our midnight show from last week, because that was rough. But yeah, so if you want to come out there, I'll buy you a beer. It's pretty fun show. That's it. I really don't got much else.
Yeah. Still have copies of Adventure Time Comics number 22. If you want me to deface yours,
Nice.
just stop on in and I'll do that.
Cool. You good?
I'm good.
Awesome. You can follow me at Super Tight Denton 1. You can follow you at
Comic Book Brando.
And you can follow both of us at Austin Books, and we'll see you tomorrow. Ha pow pow pow.
Ha-pa-pa-pa-pow. Ha-pa-pa-pa-pow.
Yes, more pow pows. Later, guys.